to play at this stage.
Well, he's queuing up their team name item, trying to get the Midas to get back into it, and we'll see if he makes it in time. I mean, it's hard to argue against that. Granted, Ricky has become more and more of that late game damage dealer that's they chase him. He's got his little calling blade to get out of there, but still more time spent just away from hitting creeps. Frustrating time, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's the wherever you go on the map to try and farm, we're going to follow you. He can't really play top lane. It's just too dangerous, which is why Void Spirit goes there. He's got the escape spell, so it looks like Wraith King, his time and place is going to be in the jungle now.
Well, in the meantime, the pressure's coming from Black and Yellow. This is what you want to do if possible. They pull back in onto Zero, trying to get that kill. Darkball, is it quite enough? Not there. And now the coil going to connect onto these two. Trying to heal up with the Soul Rip, staying alive for the moment with the Tombstone drop down. Oh, it was almost enough to keep him alive.
Wrath.
Yeah, Wrath
RL did snipe the Haste Rune up top, which, a small consolation prize.
Ooh, bottom. Yamsun going down. Doesn't have vision, but gets him with the quills nonetheless.
I was thinking Ricky would just got to keep running away from that Bristle there, but nice solo kill coming in from Monster. That is an important kill for this 5ManMidas team. They need this Bristle to have a good game, considering how these other lanes have gone.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Well, definitely a good start there. Get some good damage onto the tower, and now going to try and cut the wave afterwards. Jubei is not going to be able to stop this all on his own. So that does buy them a little bit of an opening here.
It feels like Black and Yellow don't have a good hero to send against this Bristle at this point, and if they want to kill him, they're going to have to bring a lot of heroes down there. Mm-hmm. He's got a Hood coming, so he's going to be incredibly tanky.
Yeah, in the past, it's been a lot of you just look at all those heroes, and the only one that really does anything besides magical damage is, doing damage with backstab, which doesn't really work that well against Bristleback. So, I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Royo comes in, cuts the wave, at least keeps some pressure off of the tower for the moment as the movement comes towards mid.
And maybe Bristle is going to see... we're seeing a lot more Ricky, so maybe that means Bristle is going to become a lot more popular as a result, since he is kind of a direct answer with that passive.
Yeah.
Also, just good in general this game. Like, against the Nature's Prophet who wants to keep pressuring towers, Bristle's the perfect hero. Just, okay, they're coming to pressure mid, Bristle TP in and just stand in front.
Right. Yeah. And they don't really have a great answer to that, but I just try and out-farm them, I guess, on the rest of the map. And the whole time, Lies getting his AFK farming going. They will secure some bounty runes here. Looks like it's going to end up being a 2 apiece. Most likely. Royoya orbs in. Coil going to connect now onto the Mirana, but they pull back in Royoya with RRL. Wrath of Nature is going to come through. They do have healing already out from Jubei, and RRL going in very deep. Wants to make a play. And with Shu in the area, it does feel like they have an opening to do something here. Tries to pull back in, connects onto that Earth Spirit, needs to back away now, but Monster in the area, all these heroes are just so elusive.
Bristle shows up and everyone's it's just like, we're out, guys. Get out. We're not dealing with this Bristle, but at the same time, Bristle doesn't really guarantee any kills, as the mid-tier 1 tower will now go down. So whenever Bristle shows up, it's just time for Black and Yellow to kind of back off, go focus somewhere else. You just want to play away from Bristle. It's kind of that Timbersaw effect where there's this really tanky, annoying hero that's going to just pressure lanes, but he doesn't do enough that you have to directly address him. You're better off avoiding him.
All right. Hide whenever possible. He will steal up now a bunch of these ancient stacks that have been built. So that's a nice little injection of gold into Monster. But yeah, this game, it does not feel as one-sided as we saw before. These two teams definitely feel like, 5ManMidas are staying in it with Black and Yellow. We'll have to see how the next couple of minutes unfold. But if Lies can keep on farming, things are going to look good for him.
Oh, absolutely. He's got the Midas at a good time, and it's very much just like, if they can go even, or maybe even if this becomes a 2-3k gold lead for Black and Yellow, but Lies finishes his Radiance, that's when this game's going to look very different. So I do feel like, 5ManMidas are in an alright position. This game feels, basically even at this stage.
Let's see what they want to do on the Black and Yellow side. Roya spotted underneath a ward. That gives signal to Shu to get the hell out of there. Will spot him briefly. Has the coil, gonna drop it down now. And well, with Zero moving in, that's gonna be enough to likely get the kill as Wrath of Nature comes to finish it.
It's not a big deal as far as either team is concerned. It's just the F5 position Undying, just trying to leech some XP down bottom. Not really the ideal hero to have trying to push out a lane like that, but, you know, he doesn't really have anywhere else on the map to be. They are scouting out this Wraith King. It does look like Yamson wants to go for a kill. He's requesting backup. They're going to have to kill him twice, but they definitely can.
This DD coming in factor. They rotate in. Good block off there by Zero. Now everybody else trying to get in range. Can they kill him quickly enough? RRL shows up, and this is the turnaround that they wanted. Black and Yellow might have bit off a little bit more than they can chew as the chase continues. They find the finish, but putting that ulti on cooldown, maybe setting up for a future gank.
And that's where that coil on the Undying actually mattered. I think if they still coil there, they can just coil the Wraith King after he reincarnates and probably kill him a second time, but they used on the Undying. So instead, it's 5ManMidas who are able to turn it around.
Very well played. And then after they, pressure this 4 heroes on one lane, Wraith King TP bottom. They could maybe set up for him again, which is something to be a little bit concerned about since his ulti's on cooldown. And it looks like that's what Yemsum's calling for right now.
Stuck around too long.
Oh, and the chase down is going to come, and he will lose his life right there.
It was the right idea, I think, to TP bottom and farm that one way, but he needed to instantly back off there and probably fall back to his jungle, because as soon as you're in a reincarnation and you're playing against this mobile lineup, Nature's Prophet, Puck with Boots of Travel, Ricky who can just run around invis, these heroes will hunt you, so you have to play very safe as this Wraith King.
Yeah, particularly after there was no contention for that tier 1 tower top, right? Like, they see everybody else. Regardless, 14 minutes in, 10-4, only 1,000 gold lead. Still a very even matchup. Anything else that's really coming on the horizon? I guess we've got a Spirit Vessel that's getting close for Flea. And that might be a nice little pickup for him here for the Bristle.
Yeah,
we're gonna get in.
That'll definitely help. This Bristle has so much health regen. Does look like 5ManMidas want to do a bit of what Black and Yellow's been doing to them, which is just try and bully down some towers. Now that they've got this mega farm Bristle who can just frontline. No real answer to him. You theoretically could kill him if you bring like 4 or 5 heroes and dump every spell, but you're gonna be Bristle's not the one who's gonna kill you then. That's when the Void Spirit's gonna show up and wreak havoc, so it does feel like they're just giving up this tower mid to the Bristleback. And they're hunting the Wraith King. I like this move.
Yeah. Very good stuff. If they can kill him twice in the duration of his ulti being down, this would be pretty devastating. They instead are going to find up top the Mirana, and Wraith King will have enough time to get himself out of there. But, I mean, losing the Mirana there, that's almost a blessing in disguise.
Absolutely. That was, like, so good for 5ManMidas. They're going to go back and watch that replay. Like, maybe someone's like, oh, Mirana's like, oops, sorry, guys, I fed. But if that was the Wraith King, yeah, that's really bad. Plus, Mirana even picked up the bounty rune, so
right.
Definitely a good outcome for 5ManMidas.
Well, he's still holding out there over in the triangle. The ward is going to spot Lies, and that might set up for another movement into the jungle by Black and Yellow.
Almost has that reincarnation. That's when he's really safe, because even if you gank him, there's going to be plenty of time for TP rotations. His teammates are even hugging him right now, playing around him.
Yeah. Staying back. Gonna pop that Midas now, get towards that level 12. And in the meantime, you can see that, like, Bristleback just runs down a lane. He's not at all worried about anybody.
Doesn't even need backup, it feels like.
No.
Yeah, he literally has 0 backup. And it's kind of this bait play where he shows bottom, so Black and Yellow are going to assume he's got backup, but they're actually playing Ultra on the map.
Ooh, this is nice. They are going to get the D ward, but immediately the arrow follows this one up, and it's going to be a quick kill onto Zero.
Tower is under attack.
Yeah, that's a nice little bait play there, definitely.
And because Bristle's so damn tanky, like, even when they show everyone mid, he still feels safe down bottom. We're going to test how tanky he is, though.
Yeah, going into Moonlight now, rooted for a while. Moving into position with that Soul Rip. Does they keep him alive long enough? Arrow, ooh, just barely off the mark there. RL stuck up on the cliff. And it looks like, yeah, he is tanky enough that he can survive.
That's the beauty of it being a Bristle. I think if they TP'd a little bit sooner with the Puck and caught him, because he was at the tier 2 tower, the second they show mid and kill that Nature's Prophet, they could have maybe tried to punish him, but yeah, this Bristle's just so incredibly strong. Has an Eternal Shroud now as well.
Yeah, that's terrifying. They are bringing in a couple of heroes here. try and catch out RL and Aegster possibly. They're going to run right into Zero, catch him with the taunt. Lee is nearby. We'll try and salvage something here. So too is the Puck. This actually is going to turn really bad for Black and Yellow, or rather for 5ManMidas, as RL will eventually go down, but they were able to keep alive Zero there. Nice play.
Yeah, good bait from Black and Yellow. As let's continue to farm. Yamsen close to his Battle Fury. At the same time, Lies close to his Radiance. So things kind of staying even here. Even though the kill's heavily favoring Black and Yellow, the net worth is showing not much separating the two teams.
And we're going to have to see how that changes over the next couple of minutes. Because as you mentioned, Lies getting close to that Radiance. And that definitely feels like the point in time when you can maybe start to either ramp up this farm that much further or go for more kills. As Jubei will get clipped there by the arrow. Monster staying on top of him. And need to keep up this aggression.
I'm very curious to see like how much of like a scaling threat this Bristle's going to be. It feels like Eternal Shroud is this item that was made for Bristleback, and once he gets a Lotus Orb so that he can purge off this Spirit Vessel, he is going to be frightening to deal with in the team fights. I don't think they're going to have the damage to deal with him. The physical damage of Ricky is all mitigated by his passive, and Puck's magic damage is being mitigated by the magic resistance he's picked up.
Yeah, it feels like almost... I mean, I guess if there's one thing, maybe the cleave kind of works against it with Ricky.
Yeah.
That might be like the way that you can salvage it if Ricky gets enough damage. But even still, it's not like Monster's not going to be getting items to make him more tanky along the way as well. So it's going to be something to watch for sure. And be an interesting time. Maybe also Zero ends up translating into like a Silver Edge or something else along the line. But Jubei, we found in the jungle yet again. This Monster goes in for the finish.
Bristle's becoming a huge problem, and like you see the top of the scoreboard, probably like you're tuning in, like, okay, Radiant, you know, they're up on kills, they have a 1k gold lead, they should be slightly ahead, but once you see where the farm is, you know, I really like how 5ManMidas have these two cores, Bristle and Wraith King, who feel unkillable. They're top of the net worth charts. Yeah, Void Spirit's a little underfarmed, but he can still do what he needs to do as a Void Spirit, just with the basics, the Yule Scepter and then Aghanims later on.
True. Arrow.
Call Ryoga.
Nice play there. And Zero trying to salvage this, but with the arrow coming in, I don't know if he's going to be able to. RL jumps away afterwards, and Black and Yellow lose another hero while they're also losing the bottom tier 2 tower.
Where this they first to this Void Spirit. I mean, it's the RRL Classic, and it's also an answer to the Puck. Whenever you catch Puck in that Yules, you've got a guaranteed setup.
Yeah,
it's the stun combo top. Now Ricky's dead. He couldn't get the tricks of the trade-off in time to dodge the stun.
Dang. Huge hit there. And yeah, he just didn't get the tricks of the trade-off in time, like you said. He saw the stun coming, but couldn't quite get there in time.
It was mid-cast animation, very close, and it feels like all the momentum is swinging 5ManMidas' way. They've got their key items up, the Radiance, and I think he's about to pick up a Blink Dagger before the AC, so it's go time. They're going to have this Wraith King who can just go charging in. Looks like no, instead he's going to go for the Hyperstone, so prioritizing AC before the Blink. But the 5ManMidas side is just so scary right now.
I kind of would have liked to see the Blink Dagger first as well, but I guess that this sort of maybe allows them to take Roche quicker or something else like that and try and shut down the map. But a lift up, they don't need that much if they have that easy of a setup for a combo. Like, Oracle can't get found at the beginning of a fight. Not that this was necessarily going to be one, but it feels like they've completely taken over the tempo of this map and more importantly, just complete map control. There's very few places that Black and Yellow can farm safely.
Yeah, they're just the Void Spirit. Even he's number 6. As far as the cores go, he is the least farmed core in the game, but he is having the highest impact. It feels like in some ways, just by making plays happen. And they get both tier 2 mid and top, and probably they can just go for Roshan whenever they want to.
Yeah, like how do you contest this? They don't really have team fight on Black and Yellow. It feels like. I mean, Puck sort of is their version of it, but. It doesn't feel that scary.
Yep. Wraith King stops farming the Ancients to make a beeline towards the Roshan. It looks like they want to force the fight first, and well, why not?
Oh, they got him caught right there to the side. Jubei trying to keep his buddy alive. Lee rolling in afterwards. I don't know if this is the fight that you want, though. Tombstone up on the high ground. Now they're all kind of stuck. Jubei is going to be ran down most likely by Aegster here. Or they're just going to leave him be. Okay.
Yeah, I thought Mirana was going to go for a Yule setup there, but I guess they
Tower is under
decide
attack.
not to chase too far.
It's fair enough. And yeah, now
But it's so hard. If you move out to contest Roshan, they're just going to stop roaching and come and kill you. The Void Spirit Yule's setup for the Remnant is just, there's no counter to it right now in their team. I mean, the Oracle theoretically can save that hero, but in doing so, the Oracle himself probably does.
Now, Puck did pick up a Lincoln Sphere, so that at least is an answer for him. But it's still not like, I mean, you might not die initially to that combo, but I don't know if Royoya really has enough damage right now to deal with these heroes. Like, Bristleback is at 2200 HP. This dude's got 40% magic resistance. I just don't see them killing him right now, and certainly not twice.
Yeah, I think it was definitely the right item pickup, and I like that Ryoya went for it, but it, like you say, it solves the problem of him dying. It allows him to do what the only thing he can do right now, which is just split push these waves without dying. But it will basically not answer the Bristleback problem or the Wraith King problem. There's damage, there's not enough damage, there's just, yeah, he's not going to do enough in a team fight, but the plan is very much to split push. They've got Nature's Prophet, they've got Puck, they're just going to be split pushing these waves. I'm actually surprised to see that the Nature's Prophet hasn't gone for that, the Shard, for the Greater Dreams. I feel like the plan being to split push, you want to get that Shard.
Yeah, he's got it queued up right now, going for the Grumlow Classic. And we'll see if he ends up being able to get that in the next couple of minutes here. But it's the type of thing that, like you said, you have to do. Cut the waves constantly. And we'll see if, 5ManMidas can deal with this. Because this is another type of thing that, you don't necessarily see as often. You see it, I think, much more often in pro games where you just have to deal with the constant split push. And Zero right now, going to try and TP out of there. Does look like he'll be able to escape.
But gets out 5, does have to use the BKB, and they sniped Furia with quite a bit of items.
That was Shoes Courier, the Undying.
His tone. It looked like a stack Courier, had 6 items, but just support stuff, I guess.
No.
But eventually I think this Riki does kind of become a carry threat. I know something Jenkins mentions, like it does feel like once you get late game, the Riki can kind of out carry a Wraith King, as we saw in the EG4 Zoomers match, but you've got to kind of get there, which I feel like Yamson's a long way away from.
Right. Well, and see, this is the thing that sort of I wonder about. You look at the movements right now from Black and Yellow. You've got heroes that are pushing out each of these side lanes, Treants that are cutting the way as well. How well does this team deal with this type of split push? I mean, it looks like they're just going to try and force the issue right down mid. Yep. And we'll see if that ends up working for them.
Yep, they've got
but it could be a problem.
The double reincarnation bros in the front line with an AC. These two heroes are just going to hit the tower, and they're unkillable.
Right.
Like, there's nothing you can do about them except cut the waves. Puck cuts the mid waves, so they're just trying to clear these mid creep waves, but 5ManMidas is just going to hit the tower and try to get the racks here. The backdoor protection will kick in soon, though. So they've got to be
that's the frustrating thing. No glyph available, though, but the creeps were there for long enough, and now they're able to take down those racks. Disarmed for the moment. I think that if you're Black and Yellow, let them head out of here now, because the creep wave's cut.
The backdoor protection is kicked in now, so your Rex is safe for now. And if you're 5ManMidas, what you have to do is escort your next creep wave. Make sure you get one more creep wave, because if you get another creep wave on the high ground, that Rex is probably just dead. They have no answer to these two beefy frontliners.
Royoya is going to cut that next one, but there's a catapult up on the top lane.
Yeah, they'll use this creep wave top to go in mid. That disables backdoor protection, allows them to get this Rex now. And they're going to keep taking off toward Jube, although he missed up the combo.
Yeah, he's trying to get full with himself, but it's not going to be enough. Now Magnetize, again, just tickling this lineup. Like, these guys are way too beefy. Really care about that, but maybe with Royoya jumping in, now Yunsem as well. They try and find a kill, take down one. Can they get themselves another? Lots of damage out, controlling Flea, beating the crap out of him. So Black and Yellow already losing one. This is the Ags Ricky, so it's a good chunk of damage onto multiple heroes, but they just don't have that single target burst that they need for Monster.
He's still got the Aegis, so I imagine, he should probably just hit this Rax here, force a response. Wraith King's going to be careful. He's going to wait 15 seconds for another reincarnation. That's why he's not going in.
Oh, arrow connects there onto Zero, and they're going to blow up that Nature's Prophet. No chance for a way out of there, and the racks are going to fall. Yep. As eventually they just take them all down. Although, actually, backdoor protection now back up again. God, this is really annoying.
Yeah.
There it is.
It's the name of the game if you're Black and Yellow at this point. Just keep cutting those waves, keep trying to split push, And eventually this Riki, maybe with 1 or 2 more items, could theoretically become a late game threat. May even need a rapier if they go down too many racks here. He's just queuing up a Daedalus for now. I like this. Just get as much damage output as possible.
Right. Well, Roche is going to, or rather the Aegis is going to expire very shortly here, but they're going to cut this other wave yet again. So it looks like 5ManMidas will, by the time they get to the tier 3 with the creep wave, not have that Aegis anymore. And you can see Lies is just like, all right, I'm out of here, guys. I'm going to go back to farming.
Yeah, this is where there's kind of a question asked for 5ManMidas. Like, do we play it ultra safe and wait for next Roshan, or do we try breach high ground? And, you know, I think in a high pressure game like this, they're going to just play the farm game, deal with the split push until they have another Aegis.
Right.
There's a couple like neutral items to pick up. They get some nice ones in the Orb of Destruction and the Spider Legs, so no rush for them.
Trying to find Royoya. They need to break the Lincolns, and the silence comes out. He's just dead.
He's got no answer for the Aghanim Scepter of the Void Spirit. He hit the Remnant without the Yule setup.
Yeah, that's a problem. That Ags is huge. Lincoln's does not solve that problem. Damn.
Yeah.
Well played by RRL. Recognizing that weakness of that build and taking full advantage. Now, there is some pressure coming down bottom, which they're going to need to come and address. As you can see, they cancel the TP actually for RRL, and now they're just going to head in and try and take this other lane of Rex.
Yeah, I think they feel like they can get... Maybe they lose a tower bottom, but they know they're not going to lose Rex, so I think they're just hoping to get a second lane of Rex before they TP back. But Zero is doing his best to apply some counter pressure on the map. Somebody's going to have to TP back soon for 5ManMidas.
They are going racks for racks, which is not always the best thing in the world, but there are tier 2 towers mid and top. Maybe they just go get megas.
Yeah, that works too.
That's a kind of cool idea.
I mean, megas pretty much kind of secures the game, or at least gives you complete control of it.
But you got to be careful about taking a fight here and then losing it. Tombstone is down. Lies stuck over in the trees. He's going to take a ton of damage. Ends up falling. Elo Puck jumps in, gets the rollback to kick. He's in trouble. Lies going to fall. That kill, and now you got to get the hell out of here, and suddenly that Rax trade does not look as good. Silence onto RRL as they're going to chase down this Void Spirit, get the kill, and that is a huge win for Black and Yellow.
Oh, absolutely. They traded Rax and then found a number of high-profile kills. Really good team fight. They just kind of baited them in. I think 5ManMidas, thinking that Black and Yellow aren't going to fight them because they're trading Rax, just got a little bit too greedy there. And Ryoya's pressuring even more. He's going to desolate. He actually does some okay damage here.
This guy's crazy. He goes and gets the courier kill here. It does look like they're going to roll onto Monster now. Everybody shows up, but Lotus Orb, I mean, this feels really hard to do. The backstab not doing as much damage against the Bristle. The Force Staff gets him out of there for the moment. And now Monster wanting to turn and fight and beat a little ass possibly. Can he kill off Fleet? Not quite going to get there in time, but the chase going on the other side. Now Aikster being ran down by Ryoya, who will not be able to catch him.
You know, poor Undying, he did the right support thing. He's like, okay, my core's getting gone. I need to go back him up with a Soul Rip, but just by being near the Bristle, he becomes the new target. Because I don't think Bristle was close to dying. He's so tanky. He's got a heart, 3.5k health.
Oh my god.
He's unkillable.
He does have a heart. I didn't even realize that. All right, that's kind of insane. That's going to be a problem.
Yeah, I'm wondering what he gets next. Maybe an armor item like a Shiva's Guard or something. Or he wants to just become like a right-click and carry because the Warpath stacks maybe will allow him to become like a building hitter even.
Right. There's a possibility, definitely. You can go a lot of different ways with it. Now Roche did respawn. It was a really quick respawn, 10 seconds after, roughly.
The seeds of fortune.
And we'll see if Monster goes in to check on it. They're probably going in there right now.
Yeah, even though Black and Yellow did a fantastic job with that last fight, BKB, it does still feel like 5ManMidas.
The BKB into down bottom. Now he does have his BKB of his own, but he's going to get a ton of damage here. Can he get out in time? Yes,
close.
Just barely.
All that minus armor. If Yamson got one more crit, that may have been a kill. I was about to say, it feels like 5ManMidas is still in a pretty good position to control Roshan and get the next Aegis, but got to be careful.
Well, and they keep on making this call to head just down a lane to go and get racks. And, you know, you can admire the tenacity, but you got to worry at least a little bit. Like, if you lose this next fight, suddenly that's Roche going also to Black and Yellow.
Radiant's bottom
But
tower is
maybe they just feel like they can't lose a fight right now. We'll see.
I think we're seeing that they have to play around the Bristle as their Sieger. Wraith King, even when he has 2 lives, I don't think he can actually play too aggressively because he dies twice too easily.
Right. Tries to find Jubei there. It doesn't quite connect. The jump in comes from Rubik. Good silence onto everybody. Now gets a second one onto 4RL. Gonna pop that. Their lens needs to back out. Can't get away in time. The Q purged off that Aeon disc, and now they still haven't taken this tower. Monster standing tall up front and center. Going to get a lot of mana regen there, but the eventual burst, and guess what? They don't have a creep wave yet again. Oh, good blink out. And Lies, he's going to be controlled. He's taking a ton of damage. He's going to come back in just a moment, but yeah, he doesn't have a way out of this one that easily. Okay. Well, actually, with that stun being able to hit, they will manage to escape. I thought there was another sprout coming.
Yeah, that was definitely risky. I feel like Lies needs to be careful about blinking in too aggressively. Did have the BKB there, but I think 5Midas, we're seeing them adapt, which I really like. It's like they're understanding that they just need, whenever this Ricky goes in with Tricks of the Trade, let Bristleback tank all of the damage. Don't even worry about your Bristle dying or feel like you have to back him up. He will survive through anything.
Right. And now heading back towards Roche. This is, I think, the way that they need to do this here. Gonna have Aegis and Cheese, and I don't know. Part of me feels like Black and Yellow need to contest, but it's just so difficult to do it.
Yeah, I think Earth Spirit's too crucial for this contest. Void Spirit respawns and can TP to the outpost if needed. It does look like they're just going to be giving it up. And okay, I was about to say, this Aegis, as much as I like the idea of having 2 heroes with reincarnation, it does feel like Wraith King's life is much easierly lost, so giving him the Aegis does make sense here.
Oh, pings. RL recognizing that there could have been something there, but he's going to get caught. 7 seconds until Aeon disc, but they already have that nullifier. What a great pickup from Zero.
Didn't see that coming.
It's been a good choice for him. That MP.
Has been a really good play coming out from Nature's Prophet. 9-4-4. Like, they're playing on the back foot. They're down racks, but Zero has really kept them in this game with the pressure he's putting out, and plus all the hero kills he's finding for them.
And you can see the L drawn on the minimap there. Just go down that lane, everybody. It's time to hold hands and grab a creep wave together.
And that's the, entire first minute of this 5 minutes of Aegis that is being wasted. Really, 2 minutes of the Aegis is being wasted because the Void Spirit is dead.
Oh, Lies? He's kind of alone here. They jump on him right at the start, Shu, though. He does have some heal. He can throw it afterwards, and that's the decision to run away. As you see all of Black and Yellow back out. But as you said, more time being wasted.
And you saw that one Tricks of the Trade got Wraith King down to like half health there. So if he's alone or being cleaved by a Tricks of the Trade, it destroys him.
Yeah, the Bristle definitely has been a nice pickup, though. Ooh, and he got the Aghanim Shard. I love this Ag Shard on Bristleback. You just throw it out and you get some bonus goo and a couple of quills as well. It's really nice.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And the range on it is like insane. So it's just a really good way to kind of start the fight and be annoying.
And I assume it gives you Warpath stacks as well, right?
Yes, but only for the one instance of throwing out the hairball.
It's just a nice way to get to those higher Warpath stacks quicker when you have 3 spells to spam out. Here we go, though.
Coil, my god, they found him. Now they don't have the nullifier. Able to back away for the moment. Good silence out afterwards from Fleet. These together still hanging on to Reincarnation and Aegis. Meanwhile, they jump onto Jubei, kill him off. Already with him and the Undying going down, what else is left on the table? Lee trying to throw out the Magnetize and get a little bit of extra damage done. Fate's Edict to keep him alive and all fine and dandy. Lies still hasn't even used his reincarnation yet. As you can see, Monster is just not at all concerned. So the turnaround comes as Monster throws out the hairball. Lies, turns, tries to beat down Zero. Good kick away there from Flea to keep him alive. RL has to back out. The nullifier's on him. He explodes. And so too does the Wraith King, but the Bristleback is too big and bad at the end of the day as they're going to beat down the Ricky and now turn their sights onto the tower. But buybacks are coming fast and furious as Ryoya found Aegster in the back lines. So it's kind of only these two here.
2 versus 4, they don't care. They're both unkillable.
Really two big, giant strength heroes. Lies still taking a lot of damage. Does have the Aegis, which is going to come back, and then 10 seconds until reincarnation. We'll see if they
And he survived that long.
Taking a lot of damage. Coil is there. 4 seconds. 3.
Nice Coil break.
Breaks it.
1
Can he put in time? Almost there. No, he gets reincarnation. He's going to be coming back in just a moment, if they even kill him at all. They do bring down Lies. RL taking a lot of damage as well. Yamsum has just done so much on this Ricky. Tries to find him for the catch, but the forward step keeps him alive. And they're going to bring it down Royoya and Yamsum in just a moment here. I believe RL might end up going down still. So Royoya putting some stylish moves on, but it is creeps in the end. And, well, they pick up a Desolator with their eyes on the prize. Gonna head into the fountain damn near.
Get them tier 4s. Secure the W.
That's right.
You know, this game's not over if you let everyone respawn, but it sure feels like it should be. And there we go. The GGs come out. Monster, an absolute unkillable monster on his Bristleback, leading the way. Not flashy, but Bristleback never is. It was just such a fantastic take for this game.
What a play from 5ManMidas. First DPC match for almost all of these players at this point, and, you know, putting on a hell of a performance. Really, really solid job done.
со своим, и верно.
Я никогда не понимал троллей, которые с ультимейтом вбегают в драту.